I'm Ken Weiner. I'm president of the board of FutureLink, and I want to welcome everybody to this great turnout, another SRO crowd for the graduation of FutureLink's 13th and 14th Self-Advocacy Skills and Career Development Seminar. Most importantly and first, I want to congratulate the 18 students sitting in the exalted mezzanine who back in January decided to take responsibility for their future by enrolling in and completing this 14-week seminar experience. As is always the case, we start with a few more students than we finish with, because we always have a few students at the beginning who, when they enroll, aren't quite ready and weren't prepared for the kind of commitment that's required for this. And so in a sense, that tells you how special these 18 students really are for completing the seminar and attending and participating and doing all of the activities associated with it. We also lost, unusually, 2 students who actually moved out of the area mid-semester. Not because of us, mind you, not because of us, but I guess family issues and other issues. You know, when I go out and I talk with people about FutureLink, I usually start by asking them, have you ever known a young person that has great potential or had great potential, but because they had maybe major personal issues or problems or some disruption in their schooling, or maybe they made a bad mistake somewhere along the line, and because they haven't had the kinds of self-advocacy skills, the adult guidance, the individualized support, and the professional connections that they need to overcome the challenges they face as a result of some of these issues in their lives, they weren't able to fulfill their potential. Invariably, the answer I get to that question is yes, because I think we all know young people like that. Young people who are at great risk for falling through the cracks, and then who will almost certainly struggle to keep their head above water when they're adults. Well, that's what FutureLink does. We keep these young people from falling through the cracks. And we do that by stressing 4 things: post-secondary education or training, a career path, solid workplace skills and behavior, and good personal decision-making. And by providing them with the skills necessary to achieve those 4 goals, because we know that if they achieve those goals, that will translate into a very bright, successful, and sustainable future for them. You know, I taught math here for 37 years, and we have a term in mathematics. First of all, I see there's like half the audience already is sweating and starting to twitch because I said the word math. And there will be a quiz on, no. But we have a term in mathematics that's called a necessary but not sufficient condition. And what it means is that it's a condition that's necessary but not sufficient for something else to happen or something else to be true. And for me, there's a natural analogy in that in what we do. I am absolutely convinced that the skills and experiences that the students get in this program are absolutely necessary for them to be successful down the line. They may not be sufficient, because no matter what the skills are, there are plenty of other factors that are going to come along. They're going to need a little luck. The economy can make a difference. There's so many other things. But without these skills, the chance of them being successful is really, really diminished greatly. And for really all of the students to take this program, they typically have not been able to acquire or have been exposed to these kinds of skills and experiences anyplace else in their life. The truth is, when we started this program, I became convinced that it ought to be almost, and I talked to Monica Brown, who's the Dean of Students here, about this, that it really ought to be a course that every student at Montgomery College takes, because I'm just absolutely convinced that it's We give the skills, we provide the skills that aren't obtained anyplace else that position young people to be successful, academically and career-wise. One of the things that we really stress in this program is the link between education and career. And I think it's critical for the students that we serve, because this link is a motivator for them to continue their schooling and to be successful. Because what happens is it provides the answer to them about, why do I have to go to college, or why do I have to continue my education? It's just a critical motivation factor for so many young people. It's something that I'm very familiar with, that question, because again, teaching mathematics for years, that's all I ever heard was, why do we need this? Why do we never use this? And I won't deny it, it really started to tick me off after a while. But everybody in this room has to admit, you all needed to know the answer about how long it would take that rowboat going downstream to pass that rowboat going upstream to be as successful as you are. Admit it. The seminar, in addition to the curriculum that we teach, includes a couple of totally unique experiences that I think are the hallmark of the program and really reinforce this link between education and career. First, the informational interview, and you're going to hear from a number of the students about their informational interview experience. And very briefly, what happens is the day the students come into the program, into the first day of class, we ask them what career they're interested in. And we promise them that if they fulfill all the requirements of the program, that we will arrange what we call an informational interview with a highly placed professional in their field on site. And I will tell you, and I think the students, if you talk to them, will confirm this, it is a fantastic experience for them. It's an opportunity for them to learn about that career, to what the opportunities are, and to just be out in a setting and see and feel what success looks like in the field that they're interested in. The second thing that we've done, and this is fairly recent, is 2 days in the semester we do what are called career immersion days. These are hosted by local corporations. This year it was Adventist Hospital in Marriott. And they provide an exposure for the students to, again, professionals in the field. They learn about in-demand jobs. They learn about workplace skills. They learn about how these people themselves were able to work themselves to a position of success like this. The truth is, I wish that I had had both these opportunities when I was their age. I might have made something of myself if that were the case. I might have been a contender, as Brando says on the waterfront. A third component to the program that we just started is a unique internship program in which we're able to share the cost of the internship with the corporation, and that is thanks to a very, very generous grant from Carol Trawick and her foundation. And that grant also supports these career immersion days, so we are incredibly grateful for that support. And Carol and Ann both joined us this year at the Adventist, and it was a pretty special experience, I think. Certainly the core of our program is this self-advocacy skill and career development seminar. But as I said, it's a totally unique experience. But it's very, very important to understand that that by no means represents all of the FutureLink program. Our program represents a 2-year commitment to every one of our students, where we follow up with mentoring, with academic support where necessary, with additional informational interviews, with scholarship support. We make the commitment to be with our students for whatever they need, because we recognize that as great as this seminar is, that's a 14-week experience. You need to be able to build on that and provide additional support. So this is a long-term commitment. A program like this takes an incredible amount of time. on a part of a lot of people, and we are very fortunate to have a wonderful board. And rather than introducing everybody, could I just ask the board to stand? FutureLink board. I should also note that two of our board members are your elected officials. Craig Rice, who is, of course, council member, and Shane Robinson, who is, I don't think is here, but is the delegate to the Assembly from the 39th District. Wanted to introduce them. Not that the rest of the board aren't important people, but that's the way you wanted me. That's how you wanted it, wasn't it? Okay. But you know, in addition to this, we have, and I mean, everybody, I'm sure every organization says this, but I really mean it. We have the most awesome executive director on the planet in Mindy Jacobson. And I have to tell you, I've been raised to believe that everybody should have at least one Jewish mother in their life, okay? And for these students, that is Mindy. And I think they will confirm. Does she not text you constantly? Does she not remind you where you have to be, how you're going to get there? Report back when it's over, let me know. She is so committed to this program and more importantly to the students. It really enables us to do what we do. We also have a huge core of volunteers, mentors, and of course a tremendous group of informational interviewers. If you go on our website, you'll see a list of probably 100 different people that we have recruited over the last 4 years in an unbelievable range of professions. This year, the informational interviews range from, was it a violist in the national, the conductor of the National Phil, to the owner of a trucking company. So it's, again, and all of this is really Mindy's effort in identifying these people, making the arrangement. But you know what's a fascinating thing is a lot of these are cold calls or connection from a connection. I don't think we've ever had a person turn us down. And these experiences tend to be, although we always say it should only be, expected to be a half hour, in most cases it ends up being much longer than that. 2 hours, 3 hours, half a day. It's a remarkable contribution from the community. And Shane Robinson, who's the delegate, the 39th on the board, on our board, has just arrived. We also have two, and have been fortunate for the last few semesters to have two incredible facilitators who you'll meet shortly, Linda Youngentab and Rebecca Razavi. And I will tell you, this is not it's a challenging role. It's not a typical teaching situation. I did the first two seminars we offered, and for me at least, going from teaching calculus in a traditional lecture format to facilitating this seminar using the Socratic method, I actually got the bends. That's how bad it was. That change was so dramatic. We're also fortunate today to have a number of folks with us that I'd like to recognize. From the political world, and Chris Van Hollen's office, Ann Humphrey is here. From the college and representing the foundation, both the college and the foundation have been a fantastically strong and consistent partner with us over these 4 years. Rose Garvin-Aquilino is here in the back, most of you know. The director of the Gateway program, Gateway to College program, which again has been a recent collaboration. A number of the students are in our program come from that Gateway program. Amy Crowley, I saw Amy. From the county, Agnes Leshner is here, Director of Child Welfare Services, who's been with us, I think, pretty much from the beginning. And From the community, we have Tom Murphy, President of Community Banking from Eagle Bank. Thank you. And I don't think anybody needs an introduction to Teresa Wright, who is or Mother Teresa. Where's Teresa? Who is just so. Oh, is Stefan Labuglio arrived? Stefan? Oh, Stefan from the Pre-Release Center, Department of Corrections. Thank you. So, I don't know if there's anyone who's done more for the Montgomery County community or been more generous than this next individual that I'm about to introduce. But I am absolutely certain that no one has done it with more grace and style than Carol Trawick. 23 years ago, Carol and Jim Trawick started the founded Trawick Associates, an information technology company that through federal contracts provided IT support services to end users, to over 60,000 end users. In November 2006, the Trawicks sold the company and they established the Jim and Carol Trawick Foundation. That foundation's mission is to assist local health and human service and arts nonprofit organizations to reach more people in need and to encourage and sustain creative activities. Most recently, the Trawick Foundation has initiated 2 terrific grant programs: the Team Up Grant for middle school youth and the Youth in Transition Grant for young people transitioning to adulthood. Again, we were very fortunate to be recipients under that program. This foundation has now awarded grants to more than 90 Montgomery County nonprofits, and it's just been an incredible force in the community in that respect. Unfortunately, Jim Trawick passed away in September 2008, leaving a legacy of commitment to the community and others through his work. And of course, Carol now continues that with the foundation. Carol has served as chair of numerous Montgomery County organizations, such as the BCC Chamber of Commerce, BCC Rotary Club, Strathmore Music Center, Glen Echo Park Foundation, Bethesda Urban Partnership Board of Directors, and the Bethesda Arts and Entertainment District. What's incredible is that she still finds time to shop the way she does. I don't understand. It's an unbelievable. She's good. She's good. She is also currently a board member of the Maryland State Arts Council, was named the Leadership Montgomery 2004 Leader of the Year, the Gazette 2006 Business Leader of the Year, Interfaith Works 2009 Humanitarian of the Year, and 2010 Washingtonian of the Year. I think I was just edged out for that by the rest of the free world, I believe. And recently was named 2010 Montgomery County Philanthropist of the Year, in addition to many, many other awards recognizing her generosity and leadership. So it is my pleasure. I have to tell you one other comment. I think one of the great, this is serious, one of the things, Mindy was with me. We met with Carol and with Ann a few months back, and it was around the grant process. And Carol said to us something that I think made both Mindy and I feel so good, because she said, you know, FutureLink has really grown into its name. And so for us, that was really a statement that we kind of had arrived. And this year has been a huge step forward for us in so many, many ways. So it's my pleasure to ask Carol to come up and say a few words.
Graduates, I am so happy to be with you tonight to share this celebration. Oh, this? This is my paddle that I have used to navigate my boat on the river of life. Everybody's got one. You have got one. You just don't see it. I did some magic abracadabra and made mine appear so that I could explain how it's used. Because right now, you're looking at what you think is a successful businesswoman who with her husband built a successful IT company, and then when we sold it, started a foundation to give money to Montgomery County nonprofits. Well, that IT company took 21 years, many curves, many rapids, and escaping a waterfall or two. 21 years on the river of life. So when we think of it, there's always a beginning. And I've been asked to share a little bit about my life with you. We all start as babies. We all are little babies with a little paddle. And I was very, very fortunate to be born to parents in Hudson County, New Jersey, which in our town had 60,000 people in 48 blocks by 6 blocks wide. And we thought we had it great because right across the river in New York City, the density was even more. But we were in a city, and the good news about this is my father came from a family of 11 children. My mother came from a family of 9, and they were the only ones to get a college education. And what I had, we lived in a 3.5 room flat, second floor flat, for 14 years, the first 14 years of my life. And that half room was shared with my brother, and we had these wonderful bunk beds, and that's barely that all fit in the room. But I'll tell you, I really thought I was rich because I had this huge extended family with lots of love and parents who really cared about me. So I really think that I had a very rich early start in life. And of course, we all have plans, and I commuted to college for 4 years, buses and then carpools. And yes, was a straight A student. I had a plan. I was going to be a teacher. And then in my senior year, I met a man who was in the military, and off we went around the world. And in the next 10 years, we lived in 12 different situations in different places in the world. So career-wise, right off, I wanted to get a job. The first place was Lawton, Oklahoma. And I couldn't get hired because we were only going to be there 9 months. So the school district said no. But this little Catholic school was desperate for teachers, and they hired me. I was thrilled. 4th grade, 49 kids in the basement classroom. I reported at 7:30 in the morning, went right through recess, right through lunch hour, and finally at 4 o'clock, I finished my day. So the first month when I got my paycheck, I went to the Mother Superior and I said, Mother Superior, I'm so pleased to get my check, but did you take out my church contribution for the year? So off we went to Europe, and I was trying to get into education because that was my plan. And so paddling, I found that I couldn't get a job over there because at the time, the government policy was that you had to come and be hired in the United States. You couldn't be already in Germany. But I found a job. I found a job in the morning with little children in the nursery school. And I found a job in the afternoon teaching GED classes, high school equivalency diplomas, to the GIs. And I became fascinated. I said, if I could get into the high schools and counsel those kids before they drop out, maybe I'd really be able to contribute something. So after several years, that plan in my mind to go back to graduate school. I went back to graduate school, got a doctorate in counseling psychology, managed to get myself a job in a high school, started counseling kids so they wouldn't drop out, that they would stay with the educational process by giving them support, just like all you are getting now. Making this very plans, I then said, if I got some more education in administration, I could become the principal and thereby set policies that would change the environment. So there I was, Now by this time I had a child, and so I went back to graduate school. I had a second child. Went back and got a second degree in administration. My plan was in education. I was assistant principal now. Really, I had this plan. And then around the next curve, oh my, I forgot to tell you, during all that time with the two children, I was a single parent for 8 years. Oh boy, was that rapids. Oh my. But I managed to keep the boat afloat. So here it was, I was assistant principal of the high school, having fun. I love football, and my little boys, it was easy to take them to football games when I was announcing the football game for the high schools. But around the curve, I met Mr. Jim Trawick. And so the story began. There I was in Colorado, assistant principal, aiming to be principal and then superintendent and changing the policies for students. And long-distance marriages don't work. And he was making a higher salary. So off I came to Maryland and the DC area. Now, I have to tell you, when you're changing careers around this curve, another curve, people don't really understand how great you were doing things for students in high schools. In the business world, it was all different. And Jim said to me, the future is computers. So bottom line is I took the next curve and the rapids and got a job, data entry for 6 months. And what I learned is I could not sit still that long. But as an assistant principal, I had been an end user of computer products. All of our attendance records, all of our grading system, all of our scheduling. So I really knew the end user. And I managed to get a job using that set of skills, and now my, hands-on as a data entry, as a salesperson of computer software. Now I tell you, this was pretty good. But then I began to observe Mr. Trawick. And he was really good. He had been in the business 20 years selling IT services to the government. And I thought, why should we work for someone else? And I said, Jim, how would you like to come work for me? Now, I just share with you, remember my plan as a young person just graduating college, I was going to teach, so on and so forth. And now here I was, totally, because the river of life had turned the curves, and the curves showed me other opportunities. And I wasn't afraid to paddle in that area. And so there we began our 21 years of Trawick and Associates. And we learned so much. And we went through 2 recessions. That's where we almost went over the waterfall, but we had saved ourselves. Now, so we were successful, and we sold the business just at the right time before the whole economy collapsed. God was with us, and we're thankful. And so therefore, when you have blessings, you want to share. And so therefore, That's why the Troy-Wick Foundation focused in our community, Give Where You Live. But it's not about me, okay? What you want to know is, how do you prepare yourself to make sure that you have your paddle in hand, that you're making it the strongest paddle no matter what is in the river of life for you, no matter what rapids, what even waterfalls, and hopefully there'll be lots of calm water. So what do? Exercise. And exercise in 3 areas to really make yourself strong to handle this paddle. Exercise your body, and the key here is moderation. Moderate what you put into your body and how much you put out. Moderate. The second is exercise your mind. And the key here is CQ. Curiosity quotient. Always be curious, always be interested, always ask, always look, always want to find out more. Be curious about everything around you and everyone around you. The third thing to exercise is your heart. And the real key here is relationship building. So what you need to do is focus. Focus out, not in. We don't want to see ourselves contemplating our belly buttons and all of our problems. It's really wonderful that once you start reaching out of yourself, when you focus out, you learn and you begin, your problems either seem smaller or more solvable. So, if you exercise your body, exercise your mind, and exercise your heart, you will be really ready with all the strength you need to paddle your boat in the river of life. So, happy paddling and have fun.
Thanks so much, Carol. So I suppose now, in addition to the certificates, we have to give each kid a paddle. Is that what I got out of this? Before we go on, I just want to introduce one other person that I didn't see or came in late from the community, the president of Strathmore, Monica. Monica Jeffries Angeles is back there, joining us. And now we get to the most important part, where you get to meet the students and hear from some of them. And so I'm gonna introduce you to Linda Young in top, who's gonna say a few words and then start that part of the program. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you, Carol, for your very inspirational words. That was great. In addition to facilitating a FutureLink seminar, I'm also a business professor at Montgomery College. I teach Introduction to Business, and I'm also the advisor to the Macklin Business Institute, which is the honors business program at Montgomery College. But this is my favorite thing to do, but don't tell anybody. Rebecca and I are honored and proud to present to you the FutureLink class of 2012. During our wonderful 14 weeks together, we created a safe and confidential place to spend time focusing on our career goals and creating a detailed plan to get there. It has been a great journey, from our first class, where we conducted a career skills inventory assessment, to today, with so much in between, including career exploration, an informational interview in a chosen career, corporate site visits, learning valuable self-advocacy skills, critical thinking skills, and business skills, and most importantly, having a new sense of confidence and an action plan for the future. A semester highlight, as Ken had mentioned, were the site visits to Washington Adventist Hospital and the Marriott corporate headquarters, where we learned about various career paths along with the essential education and skills required to be successful. These career immersion experiences allowed students to hear how many senior-level executives had started at entry-level jobs. They were promoted from within and had overcome incredible personal obstacles. We learned, this was my favorite, that they hire the attitude and they train you for the job. I'm sure many of you know that that's true and who you hire. We left these corporations deeply inspired and motivated to achieve our full potential and open ourselves to a variety of opportunities. A second major highlight of the FutureLink program is the informational interview with a highly placed professional in the student's desired career field. Thanks to the hard work of Mindy, students go in the field after preparing questions, researching with people and the companies where the interviews take place, and practice with mock interviews where they worked on eye contact, handshakes, and communication styles. This culminating activity is an ideal way for students to take everything that we have learned and apply it. Often these experiences lead to internships and job opportunities. Being a part of FutureLink and its innovative program has been transformational for Rebecca and me, as well as for each of these graduates. To see each of the graduates standing here so confidently, with a greater sense of their strengths and who they are, combined with a plan to achieve their goals, is the most rewarding gift. This group is determined, motivated, and excited about finding a career that they are passionate about and well suited for. I love seeing their growth each week. These students have clearly made the connection between education and career path. I can honestly say that each student is on a path destined for positive outcomes. Here are some student quotes that sum it up better than I ever could. I learned that no matter where you are when you start, you can make something of yourself if you have the motivation. The informational interview motivated me to finish school and taught me about the importance of internships to starting a career. I learned things at FutureLink that are important to know, things that are not taught elsewhere. So now I'd like to introduce two of our graduates who will say a few words about their FutureLink experience. First, we'll hear from Hervé Arieta.
Hello, my name is Hervé Arieta, and I'm from El Salvador. And I have lived in the USA for 11 years. And I went to Walker Smith High School. And unfortunately, I left the school when I was in my 11th grade. And I have been working as a truck driver since I got out of school. And I found out about FutureLink from Ms. Teresa Wright. She's a great person, and she also believed in me, and she thought I could get benefit from this class. And she thought that everything was going to be right for me. So it was hard for me to go back to school because I was like 6 years that I didn't go to school. I was working in the same job for 6 years, so it was hard for me. I was kind of both nervous and to go back to school. And also I learned about this class so much that we visited two jobs where we went to. We visited Washington Adventist Hospital and also the American Corporation. And it was really nice because that showed me another careers that I didn't know about before. And my career goal is transportation. And I went to a commercial driving license here at Montgomery College. And now I know what I need to do and to get the driving license, which is going to help me to get farther in my career. And also, my informational interview was with an owner trucking company, and I was nervous to go see him and talk about the things that I want to, and he was really helpful. He explained me everything about it, and it actually worked really nice for me. And my step that I want to do after this, and I'm trying to get my GED, which I'm going to get it here at Montgomery College, and it will going to start in 2 months, so I hope everything goes well about it. And I also want to thank Miss Mindy, because she was the one that got us to the interview to all the students, and it was really nice. And also I want to thank Miss Linda, because she was the teacher. She was there every Tuesday bringing everything. She was like part of the family and everything. And all the students that were with me in the class, so everything went perfectly. And thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Hervé. Next, I'd like to introduce Rebecca Wood.
Hi, everybody. everybody. I'm Rebecca Wood. I had some trouble in high school 3 years ago. I enrolled into the Gateway to College program with Amy Crowley. I don't know where she went. Oh, hi. Sorry. And I got my high school diploma in December. And throughout my time in Montgomery College, I've tried to take advantage of all the opportunities that have come to me. And recently, Gateway referred me to the FutureLink program, and I was able to explore my career interest even further than I already have. While at FutureLink, I was able to explore even more into the field of my choice, which is interior design. And I wanted to be, or I still want to be, a model home decorator in the future. I was able to speak with Kayla Manderfield from Builders Design and Leasing Company, and meeting her helped reassure me about the career path that I'm choosing. I was able to tour the warehouse and discuss the process of a project and model home setup. As a group and FutureLink, we were able to visit 2 corporate sites, as you guys know. The Adventist Hospital in Silver Spring and Marriott corporate headquarters in Bethesda. I really enjoyed both of those, even though the hospital isn't directly what I want to do, but you can still take those things that you learn there and apply it to what you enjoy. And also the Marriott had different rooms that are potential designs for new hotels that I was able to see. This month, I'll be graduating Montgomery College with an associate's degree in general studies. And next week, I will be transferring to Florida State University to get my bachelor's degree in interior design, which is very exciting for me. One of the disappointing facts about my move is that I was offered an internship through FutureLink with the help of Mindy as a at a real estate development company that's building new apartments about 5 minutes from my house at Watkins Mill Town Center. I would have loved the opportunity to work on the interiors of these new apartments, which I was offered to do a lot of things with, almost everything from floor to ceiling. I'm glad that I was given the opportunity to be a part of FutureLink. It's great because they can assist students in confirming their career path as well as teaching them professional communication skills. It's also important to network and utilize your contacts and connections, as everybody has found out with my classmates. I'll continue to stay motivated and persistent so I can reach my dreams. And as many know, education is key to future success, and FutureLink can provide this to those who are willing to take advantage of this great opportunity, just like my classmates and I did.
Thank you, Rebecca. Now Rebecca Rezavi will present her class with their graduation certificates.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rebecca Rezavi, and I'm one of the 2 facilitators for the FutureLink seminar at this point. This is my second semester running the seminar, and I feel very fortunate that they asked me back again for this second semester because it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. I liked your comment about the paddle. I think I must have a strong paddle that it's allowed me to end up down back where I am right now with this great program. But I don't want to talk about myself. I really want to talk about the students, and just to let you know that I've learned so much from them, and I believe they've learned from each other as well. So I'm going to introduce them one at a time. The first person I'd like to introduce you to is Denise Boge. Denise Boge was the voice of passion in our seminar this semester and brought great insight into the case studies and role plays we held in our classroom. She's the first to admit that she made some big changes in FutureLink, becoming more motivated and positive, and learning what she wants in life as a career. Yes. Denise is now thinking of getting an advanced degree to support her dream job of working with children and young adults from troubled backgrounds and environments, a goal that was affirmed through her informational interview at the Treehouse Child Assessment Center. And she's looking forward to a volunteer opportunity that she was able to get through FutureLink. Denise, I'm sure you will have a positive influence on all those you work with, as you've been with the students in our FutureLink seminar. Congratulations. Dustin Cabrera. Dustin Cabrera dreams of owning not one, but a couple of businesses, and has a special interest in international business or maybe owning a restaurant. 3 important lessons he learned from his informational interview with the owner of California Tortilla were the importance of hard work, the importance of having a good attitude, and the importance of being persistent if you want to be successful. He would recommend FutureLink to others because, and these are his words, It teaches a bunch of good things that we can apply in life, like being more confident in yourself and developing long and short-term goals. Dustin is going far, and hopefully he'll invite us to join him when he starts his business in some glorious part of the world. So, congratulations. Robin Fu. Robin I actually had first as a Gateway to College student in my English class, and she was wonderful there, and she's been wonderful here as well. Robin Fu is passionate. She's passionate about ballet, she's passionate about music, and she's passionate about science. She's also made great use of the FutureLink seminar to think about how she can pursue these interests and to learn about, as she puts it, the workings of adult life. Specifically, she learned the valuable lessons of using diplomacy to achieve your own goals and the importance of staying professional even when things are not going well. Her interview with the associate conductor with the National Philharmonic has given her plenty to think about. In fact, Robin leaves FutureLink more mature and with a more realistic view of the career paths she would like to choose. So congratulations, Robin. Carlos Garcia is really looking forward to being part of the MBI program here at Montgomery College. And he's doing that to support his career path towards becoming an accountant and possibly a CPA. Carlos attributes his newfound direction to his being part of FutureLink. He also attributes FutureLink to helping him gain important skills in working together, considering the positions that people in other places might have, learning how important it is to show respect to others in order to meet your own goals, and interviewing professionals about their lives and jobs. So some really good skills. His interview with the assistant finance manager at the Marriott International gave Carlos the information he needed to understand what a typical day in the life of an accountant or a CPA is like and what he needs to get there. Carlos, we're looking forward to watching you succeed in these goals. I introduced Bryant Lemus. Bryant is a serious young man with a real soft side. He's currently a student here at Montgomery College and entered FutureLink with a dream of working in a crime lab. After his informational interview with the director of the crime lab at Montgomery County Police Department, Brian is rethinking his plans and considering starting his career as a police officer, not too far from there, but using that as a stepping stone towards whatever position, wherever that leads you, that would be a good place to start to bigger and better things. He attributes FutureLink to helping him get a clear picture of what he wants to do with his life and how he can accomplish his goals. He's thinking big. And in the meantime, he has his sights set on transferring to University of Maryland College Park and on getting a brand new car, right? Great short-term goals to get you to where you want to be in the long term. So really, congratulations, Brian. Okay, I am so happy that James Osborne was a member of our FutureLink family this semester. James brought his life wisdom to bear on our classroom discussions with a level of seriousness to that purpose and a twinkle in his eye. The career days, I believe, were especially informative to James, who picked up on a lesson we can all benefit from, that no matter where you come from, you can always be something in life. His interview with Caldwell Gray, the music producer at Strathmore Hall, likewise gave him words of wisdom. He said, "Don't give up, be ready to work, don't be afraid to ask for help, and maybe most importantly, have fun doing what you do." I'm excited to see where James goes next. Maybe a music production class at Montgomery College? And now I'm going to introduce Jessica. Jessica will tell you that the most important lesson she learned at FutureLink is the importance of setting goals and developing networks. As a result of the seminar, she's also shifted her career focus from thinking about being a high school guidance counselor. You remember that? Okay, that was like 14 weeks ago. Yeah. And now she's thinking of becoming a court translator. In fact, Jessica had a fabulous interview with a court interpreter for the Montgomery County Circuit Court, who has invited her to come back and shadow her for a day at work in the court. In addition, Jessica is very excited to be graduating from high school and is looking forward to learning to play piano and taking singing lessons, and it's all music to my ears. Good to congratulations. Okay, this is Lucas West. Lucas West told me that FutureLink has helped with his self-esteem and made it easier to, again, his words, put myself out there in the world. What great tools for a young person just beginning to find his way in this crazy adult world. Lucas wants to be a graphic designer, and I've seen his doodles, his designs, right, in my class, and know that he'll be able to make a name for himself with his art. He's grateful to FutureLink for exposing him to a wide variety of jobs in his field through the career assessment tool that we did at the beginning of the semester, and for giving him the tools to make short and long-term goals. He says all you have to do really is just put it on paper, right? Yeah, you got to put it on paper. Make your commitment. And for the lesson he learned about the importance of grabbing opportunities when they come your way. Lucas has an open mind when it comes to his future, and I'm sure he will be grabbing those opportunities and finding his way to a place where his artistic talents can find their rightful audience. And Rebecca Wood, who you already know. Right? We're all here together. Rebecca Wood may seem super poised, but under this professional exterior is a young woman who is so excited about her next move that those who spend time with her can taste it. She's on her way, as she told you, to Florida to be a student of interior design, and goes on this adventure armed with the skills and knowledge about her career path that most of us only dreamed about when we started out. Rebecca's interview with a graphic designer has also given her the inside scoop on the day-to-day life of a designer, including the variety of jobs she's likely to get, the travel she's likely to experience, the customers she'll come into contact with, and the need to watch the market closely. I know that I'm looking forward one day to stepping into a model home that's decorated by Rebecca. Rebecca, I hope you'll let us know where you end up so that we can do that. And now we're gonna switch places here, and Linda is going to introduce the students in her seminar.
Thank you. Okay. The first is Herves, who you heard from before, Herves Arieta. Herves, I'm so proud of you and your desire to further your education after leaving high school. Understandably nervous at his return to an academic setting, as the semester progressed, he quickly transformed into a more confident and actively engaged student, and we were honored to choose you to speak at this graduation. Herves is such a generous, hardworking, and kind person, and he would always wait for me in the parking lot to help me carry in the refreshments before class. Herves is well on his way to start a GED class and get his commercial driver's license. He realizes that he can set his sights higher to find a career that he loves, rather than just look at work as a job to pay the bills. Congratulations. Kareem is a senior at Wheaton High School and is graduating soon, congratulations, and he's interested in a career in computers. He had his informational interview with the MedImmune's head of network security. Quiet at first, Kareem has opened up and has a great sense of humor, a terrific memory, and is always punctual. I'm so proud of you and your accomplishments while living independently so far from your family. Kareem plans to study at Montgomery College next year. Congratulations. Okay, Giselle Flowers. Giselle, it's been a pleasure having you in class this semester. Giselle works full-time, but her goal is to find a new job that would lead to more career growth. She had her informational interview at Marriott Corporation and impressed her interviewer so much that she was encouraged to apply for a job there. I'm thrilled to announce that Giselle has her final interview on May 7th at their Marriott corporate headquarters for a job with a higher salary than her current job and with more future career opportunities. Her long-term goal is to go back to school. I'm so impressed with your love of reading and your ability to overcome any obstacle that has come your way. Congratulations. Tony Hay. Tony, I'm so proud of you for completing FutureLink despite the many challenges you face. Tony loves helping people, and he would like to be a social worker. Tony is a great listener and friend. He added so much to our class discussions. Tony had a very successful informational interview with a social worker at Adventist Behavioral Health. Tony is on his way to a fresh start and plans to earn a GED. Tony, we believe in you and know that you can make the positive changes you need to reach your dreams. Congratulations. Rebecca Hernhuder. Rebecca is a member of Montgomery College's Gateway program. Rebecca is detail-oriented and a really good listener. She loves plants and animals and would like a career as an animal researcher. She had a wonderful interview with the biology chairman at the University of Maryland, who is also a bat researcher. Rebecca, it has been a pleasure having you in class, and I am confident that you will achieve your goals. Congratulations. Cynthia Nacha. Cynthia is studying at Montgomery College and is interested in a career in public health. She had her interview with the local public health consultant who has worked on public policy in the county. Cynthia is very independent, loyal, and hardworking. Cynthia hopes to get her driver's license in July. Cynthia, you have a great head on your shoulders, and I know you'll be successful in achieving your goals. Awa Salseca. Awa is a senior at Gaithersburg High School and is a talented singer and actress. She aspires to be a professor of music. Awa had her interview with a well-known professor, performer, singer, and songwriter at Montgomery College. Awa, you are mature beyond your years and have such a kind soul. Your positive attitude and generous nature is so appreciated. You are a great role model for all of us. Awa has been accepted to, not done yet, I could go on forever about her. Awa has been accepted to several four-year colleges. Whichever college you choose, we'll be lucky to have you. Congratulations. Yan Zhang. Yan is a student at Montgomery College. She is working hard to successfully overcome the challenges in her life, manage stress better, and graduate from college. Yan currently is working in retail, and she is hoping to be promoted to assistant manager. She chose to explore emergency room nursing for her informational interview at Washington Adventist Hospital. Yan, you should be really proud of your efforts in this class, especially in recognizing your many strengths. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first of all thank you for coming in tonight. My name is Aisha, and I'm a second-year student at Montgomery College. I'm also a graduate of a FutureLink program. I'd briefly like to talk about what FutureLink did for me and how I've improved my self-esteem. When I joined FutureLink in the fall of 2010, I was confused and I had no idea what I wanted to do in Montgomery College. My mother had always persuaded me to join the nursing field, but I didn't really think it was for me. My facilitator, Shelley Spencer, guided me in doing my advocacy skills, and I continued to go for my informational interview at Washington Adventist, and I spoke with a registered nurse and viewed her work the whole day. A year went by, and I figured I wanted to work with autistic kids because I happen to have an autistic brother, and I think I now want to do occupational therapy. So I went ahead and asked Mindy, who's the director, for a second informational interview, and I'm glad to say that she organized it, and I met with an occupational therapist 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Last but not least, I just wanted to urge the current graduates to maintain their relationships with their facilitators and connections, because FutureLink really, really helps us. And yeah, thank you.